Sorry, I just jumped to it because I realised we've got to get the trap in and I screwed up the phone. How many have we got left?
Hi, I'm Kimberly Kitchen. I'm the Senator for Victoria, and I'd like to congratulate Joy on the services they provide to the Victorian community and around Australia, on the advocacy, on their diversity, and on their independence. Please donate to Joy. Keep them on air. They provide an incredibly important service, and they also have so many lovely people involved in their organisation.
Team Independent Voices on Air. Support Joy Radiothon 2020. We are you. It's joy.org.au for more details.
You're on Mad Wednesdays on Joy 94.9 with Rach, Dean and Mama Mish. That's right, we only need 20 more memberships, and if we get them before 6 o'clock, I'm doing the ultimate challenge and shaving my bumhole.
That little idea.
Shaving is probably not the right thing to say, though, is it?
We're ripping the hairs out to their bowl.
What were you saying about our holiday night ID?
Oh, I love Holly, and I love the fact that she just says bumhole. Like, says hole, like bumhole.
Oh, it's true. Like Holly wanted to add their support to the show, and we've got a whole heap of different people that have. We've got lots of people that have added their voice from last week, and I've still got that audio, and this week as well. In fact, why don't we hear from Betty Bombshell right now?
Yes.
Neither can I. What would a world without Joy be? I don't know. I love coming into this station and being a part of it, but it takes a lot, doesn't it? Oh, everything. It's not just our fabulous voices on the airwaves. The amount of money it costs to keep Joy running every single day is huge. It's not a small measure at all, which is why donations this radiothon are so important. And we've gotten some through during the show today, and a big thank you to all of them. But what I'd like you all to do is hold off on donating during our show and instead donate during 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. this Friday for the double hour of power during Joy Breakfast with the Murphys.
Speaking of donations, though, a huge shout out to Josephine from Northcote for sending through your donation. And another membership. This one says, great work, Joy. This is from Sam from Brunswick. Thank you, Sam. You take us down to 19 more people to go.
So there's only 19 memberships to go until I have to do the Ultimate Challenge. A part of me is hoping that we get to the 19 towards the end of the show, so I've got a week to prepare my nerves of steel. I've never had a waxing before. I don't know what it's like. Shaving, I'm fine with. Waxing, never. And I reckon I'm going to be really, really terrible when it happens.
It's going to hurt.
Don't worry. It's all going to be filmed on our socials. So we want you to become a member of this Mad Wednesday. Sign up, renew, head to joy.org.au/radiothon, or just check out our website with some amazing podcasts and great community content. And help keep us out loud and proud. That's all we're asking for. Not much, is it?
So simple.
Exactly, and you can hear the wonderful voices like myself, Michelle, and Rach each and every week. You could even download our podcast and hear them all the time. In all seriousness, if you're getting confused about how to become a member or struggling with it, why not phone the station? Because our lovely CEO, Ange, is on the hotline ready to take your call.
Hotline Bling. Hey, I reckon that Mish, Dean, and myself, we're kind of like the joy train or the joy bus we get around. You'll hear us
We
on
do.
everything.
You're not wrong. Our voices are everywhere, so we love being out loud and proud, and we want to keep doing that here with you. But it's time for us to get our news on with the gorgeous Gary. So let's find out what's happening in the news.
Total number of COVID-19 cases in Victoria is 1,354. This is an overnight increase of 3. The death toll is
Okay.
Our overall total right
an important milestone in the national battle against coronavirus with just one
So
new
with
case
that-
of community transmission in the
now,
past.
someone was to donate that.
Australia is continuing to demand inquiries into the
right?
origins of coronavirus.
And if you do something special and say, hey, who wants to donate $265 and make,
Chinese officials flag
I don't know, do you want to say that?
I'll come up with something,
Yeah?
yeah.
You make Ange do a movie run.
No, nothing nudie for this girl. It's not good.
It's not.
One like the Australians that chewing gum stuck to the bottom of China's tube. The Prime Minister said
Michelle will do a signed bust of her bust.
Oh, really?
It's over. More than 800,000 people signed up for job seekers to go to pandemic again. Scott Morrison is resolving return to normal at the end of December. The federal government is offering private schools an early payment of the annual funding of $3.3 billion. This is yes, they need. In fact, the classrooms by June. Australian children traffic law Syria will not be evacuated from the camp. This is the
Oh,
start
another
of
member.
the coronavirus in the region. Save the Children has renewed calls for the Australian government to repatriate 47 children and 19 women. The organisation says an outbreak would be almost impossible to contain.
We've already got the amount that we got last week of members, so.
Yeah, we're going to make it. I'm really.
And another one! 17 to go. That guy did his passionate membership. It just came through.
Protesters in Lebanon set banks on fire and violence flared their financial crisis. One demonstrator has been killed in the run. The collapse in their currency, soaring inflation, and spiraling unemployment is ravaging Lebanon. And sirens will sound around Victoria at 5:40 tonight as the CFA paid a tribute to the 14 members who died in the line of duty last week. National weather roundup: Brisbane, shower on Thursday, tomorrow 29, Sydney, rain 25. What about showers in 16? Adelaide, showers up tomorrow on 15, Darwin, mostly sunny 35, Perth, sunny up tomorrow 22. And here in beautiful Melbourne town, overnight late showers in 20, top of 13. Support your independent news voice. Support Joy Radio. I'm Gary Wilson, Joy News.
Oh, Gary, it's always wonderful to hear your fabulous voice. Have you been enjoying the show today? Absolutely. Oh, bless. Well, now you have heard that I'm putting my peach hole on the line and giving that it may regrow for joy. Would you like to join me in that challenge, Gary? Oh, look, we'll hear more from you at 5:30. It's always good to have you on the show. Miss you, Gaza. We certainly will be speaking to Gary. Well, I guess we should find out what's happening with the traffic and trains, don't you think, Ray?
You are so well. I am so looking forward to that bus. I might hang it outside above my front door, so whenever anyone comes along, they know they're going to have a bust of a good time.
Now, Jeff, you got extra joy for us here because not. Thanks, Jeff. You're on Mad Wednesdays on Joy 94.9 with Miss, Rach and Dean.
An important message from the Victorian Government about coronavirus. To help us make informed decisions about restrictions and slow the spread of coronavirus, testing has been widened to include anyone who's showing mild flu-like symptoms, has a sore throat, a runny nose, a cough, or a cold. If you think you may have coronavirus, get tested and save lives. For more information, including where to get tested, visit coronavirus.vic.gov.au. Victorian Government, managing this together.
Joy sponsor. KHQ Lawyers offer family law advice for the LGBTI community that you can trust.
Our team has expertise in all areas of law relating to rainbow families, including surrogacy, sperm and egg donation agreements, adoption and property settlements, including financial agreements.
We provide a free 30-minute consultation and adopt a flexible approach to billing, offering fixed fee arrangements and upfront estimates to suit your requirements.
Find out more and get in touch at khq.com.au. KHQ Lawyers are a proud Joy sponsor.
You're on Mad Wednesdays on Joy 94.9 with Dean, Rach and Mish. It's our Radiothon special and we've been doing pretty well, haven't we, guys? Absolutely.
Well, the good news is there's only 8 left.
Oh my God, okay.
In the next
8 memberships
half
to go
hour.
in the next half hour, and then we hit 50. Now we've got to say goodbye to the lovely Michelle. Michelle, would you like to share with us why joy is so important to you? Do you have a favourite memory being a part of the station? And now we can't get rid of you. We wouldn't have it.
We wouldn't
have
to.
it any other way. Thank you for joining us today on Mad Wednesday, Mama Mish. It's been a joy having you share the Radiothon special with us and literally putting your tits on the line just like I am with my butt. Well, look, we've got
We
half an
will.
hour to get 8 memberships, and I reckon we will. Thank you for joining us, Mish. It's been a pleasure. We love you.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, it's been wonderful having Mama Mish join us today on the show. But, Rach, we should find out. I hate to jump and run, but we've got to find out what's happening with the traffic and trains.
Oh,
Don't you know you drive me crazy? Joy, traffic for Melbourne.
Well, if you're out there on the roads, the Eastern Freeway is 13 minutes either way. Things are running nice and smoothly now. It's all, I guess the weather has become less of a problem. The Eastern Freeway is 13 minutes either way. The East Link is 26 minutes, whether southbound or northbound. 43 minutes either way on the Monash. Oh my God, 4 minutes on the South Gippsland Freeway inbound or outbound. And 26 minutes on the Western Ring Road Altona bound. And 29 minutes on the Western Ring Road Greensboro bound. I never get that one right. Rach, how's things going with the buses? No trains.
if it's 4 minutes, you may as well walk. We've still got minor delays on the Frankston line. The 332 Flinders Street to Frankston is still being held at Glen Huntley.
Ooh.
So definitely try and avoid. Hopefully they'll be putting trains around it now.
That's it?
No. That's it.
Well, there we go. Now, it's 5:30, and you know what that means? It's time to touch base with the gas man. Hi, Gary. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
It's been
8 to go.
I know. The countdown is most certainly on. We are absolutely diving in through with it. Gary, what does joy mean to you?
It's been my absolute rock for nearly 20 years because I've had sort of various changes in my life, but joy has always been there and always been a friend as well.
I was going to make a joke about the change, but I would never do that to you, Gary.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, all right. But no, Joy's been there, and what I really like about Joy is there's such a variety of people at Joy, but we're there for one purpose, and that's to make the best radio we can, and we do. It's very much a collegiate, joint team effort.
It is. Like, there's so many of us here, and we all volunteer, and we really just... it means so much to us to be a part of the station. And I've got to admit, like, I miss seeing you every single Wednesday, Gary. We are physically distancing at the moment. Rachel and I aren't even in the same studios right now. We're in different studios. We had Mama Mish on the computer. We've got Gary on the phone. But we still make amazing radio. And honestly, hearing your voice every it wouldn't be Mad Wednesday without you, Gary.
Thank you so much. I enjoy being with you guys.
Now, you've been a part of the station for more than half of its lifetime. Do you have a particular memory that stands out for you as an awesome memory here at Joy?
There was one time there was a university student texted in and said he's having a very boring time with his lecture. This is when I was doing daytime. And I said, oh, that's too bad. It was geology or rocks or something. And I said, look, if anyone else is listening, just wave to the lecturer. 4 hands went up the lecture hall.
What? 4 hands? Oh, my God.
5 hands. There was about 4 or 5 people actually tuned into Joy watching as the lecture was going on.
I've got to admit, I loved tuning into you on our More Music.
Melbourne's most uplifting music mix.
On Tuesday.
I'll be back next Tuesday, by the way.
Yay! Gary's the gas man's back on the airwaves. I know many people that are going to be happy about that. Also, Gary, I've got to let you know, I haven't killed any plants since I've been physical distancing in home isolation. I think all I needed.
It's been raining.
Well, no, the rain. But I've actually, I've planted. I've done good, Gary. You'd be so proud of me.
Well done to you. Very well done. I'm pleased.
So it only took 3 years before I started learning what was actually going on. I mean, that's not too much to ask for, is it? Now, Rachel, I believe you have a bit of an update.
Oh my gosh, you two are going to lose your minds.
Okay.
We're
What's going on?
dying. We only have 3 left.
Oh my God!
Pete has to get waxed.
Go for it, people.
All right, we have someone incredible who literally just subscribed, renewed, and did a donation so he could get in there 3 times. Thank you, Thomas from Maribyrnong.
We really appreciate it, Thomas.
We've got lots of shout-outs. I'm just going to quickly get through them. Alex from Surfers Paradise, you legend. So Thomas from Maribyrnong, he said, fantastic, great job, love your work. Also, that's him again. Patrick from Sandringham, keep up the good work. Again, Thomas from Maribyrnong, and then Julia from Caulfield North. So, Dean, my darling friend.
How many left?
3.
Oh, okay, we've got 25 minutes, 3 memberships. I don't know how long the wax takes to melt, so we might be able to do it today
20
on the show.
seconds, love. 20
Oh, crap.
seconds.
All right, I was trying to get out of it.
Go on, you're right.
Let's see what's going to happen. 3 memberships to go. Gary, thank you for joining us again on the show, and I can't wait to listen to you next
Pleasure's always.
Tuesday when you're
Tuesday
back from
morning,
Melbourne's
9 till noon.
9 till noon with the Gazman, and of course you'll be back here for Mad Wednesdays. Mwah! Love you, Gary. Happy Radiothon. You're on Mad Wednesdays on Joy 94.9 with Rach and Dean, and we've only got 3 memberships to go.
He's got tears in his eyes already.
Oh my God, you're on Mad
I'm
Wednesdays.
nervous for you.
It's a shame that I'm never gonna see your face again. We're both strangers, but I'm kinda hoping maybe that could change. Yeah. Well, I hope I don't sound out of place, and maybe you think it's crazy. You look amazing, so I'll say it straight. I've got a real fast car with the keys in, and I'm just 5 miles from the feeling. So when your red lights go turning green, and if you say you're coming with me, I'll take you there. We're just 5 miles from the field. Such a waste. There you are, stuck here working in this place. So come on, take my hand, 'cause there's nothing in this town to make you stay. Yeah. Well, I hope I don't sound out of place, and maybe you think it's crazy. I think it's time we make our getaway. I've got a real fast car with the keys in, and I'm just 5 miles from the feeling. So when your red lights go turning green, and if you say you're coming with me, I'll take you there. We're just 5 miles from the field. We're just 5 miles from the field. I've got $100, and you're mine for the colors. I could just go and you could stay. I've met a million others, lived 1,000 summers. Something about you makes me wanna say, I've got a real fast car with the keys in, and I'm just 5 miles from the feeling. So when your red lights go turning green, and if you say you're coming with me, I'll take you there. We're just 5 miles from the field. We're just 5 miles from the field.
Drive home with us. Joy.
People always talk about all the things they're all about. Write it on a piece of paper. Got a feeling I'll see you later. There's something about this, let's keep it moving. And if it's good, let's just get something cooking. 'Cause I really wanna rock with you. I'm feeling some connection to the things you do. You do. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. I don't know who you are, but you must be some kind of superstar. 'Cause you got all eyes on you no matter where you are. You just make me wanna play. Baby, take take a look around. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Everybody's getting down. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Deal with all the problems later. Bad boys on their best behavior. There's something about this. Let's keep it moving. And if it's good, let's just get something cooking. Cause I really wanna rock with you. I'm feeling some connection to the things you do. You do. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. I don't know who you are, but you must be some kind of superstar. Cause you got all eyes on you no matter where you are. You just make me wanna play. Make your move. Can we get a little closer? You rock it just like you're supposed to. Hey, boy, I ain't got nothing more to say. Cause you just make me wanna play. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. I don't know, gotta be a superstar. Oh, so you just make me wanna. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. I don't know who you are, but you must be some kind of superstar. Cause you got all eyes on you no matter where you are. You just make me wanna. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. I don't know who you are, but you must be some kind of superstar. Cause you got all eyes on you no matter where you are. Superstar.
Joy Radiothon 2020 is on now. Sign up, renew your membership, or become a new subscriber between now and the 2nd of May to go into the draw to win one of our major prizes.
Isolux Your Home with $3,000 to spend at Harvey Norman, thanks to our friends at NAB Pride.
Win an iPhone XR 64GB handset or a Samsung Galaxy S10 thanks to Telstra.
Double gold seater tickets for Rod Stewart, James Blunt, Jason Mraz, or Simple Minds, thanks to Day on the Green.
$500 vouchers to spend at Bunnings to revamp your home or garden.
A Joy Taste of Radio training course.
Or a driveway drag private performance from Joy's resident dragster, Brock Hudson. Sign up or renew your membership or become a new subscriber today at joy.org.au.
You're on Mad Wednesdays with Rach and Dean this afternoon. We are on the home stretch.
Yeah, we are.
Dean, we have one membership to go. Thank you, Julie from Cheltenham. Julie says thank you for the entertainment and the music, which is even more special when everyone providing it is volunteers. You are amazing.
Oh, look, that means we're one membership away from hitting our 50 membership target. 50 memberships over the 2 Mad Wednesday shows. And I will hot wax my peach hole. Rach will get a Joy 94.9 henna tattoo on her face. Luke will get a piercing. He hasn't told us where yet. And Mama Mish will do a bust of her bust that is going towards Jeffrey because he helped us reach $50,000 as our radiothon total during the show. And whoever is our 50th member, so the next person
to become a member,
they will get to help paint the bust that is on Michelle's bust. I've never said bust so much in my life.
You get to plaster Mish's titties.
You know what I love the most about that message that came in? Who was that person that sent the message in with the membership?
Julie!
I love about Julie's message is that it's reminding everyone that it takes a lot of volunteers to help keep us out loud and proud here at Joy 94.9. And now our next guest for our Living Room Live Lounge on Mad Wednesday for Radiothon is a Joy volunteer as well. The fabulous Miller. They are fantastic and have been on the show before. Hello, Miller. How are you?
Oh, hey, I'm great. How are you peeps doing?
We are absolutely fantastic. It's such a joy to have you on the show again today. You're not only a musician that needs joy because helping keeping voices out loud and proud is what we do, isn't it? But what's it like for you? You came and did the training as a part of Joy. Why did you come and join us here on the station?
Yeah, that's a good question, and one I'm really happy to share during this radiothon. I did Taste of Radio a couple of years ago, and I was in a really sort of bad place. I was feeling really disconnected, and I was also in the closet. I identify as non-binary, and at that stage in my life, I wasn't out. And Joy was the first place that I went to and used my name, Miller, which is not the name I was assigned at birth. And it was that space for me to finally be myself. And let me tell you, when I got that Taste of Radio certificate with my name on it, I framed it and I've had it on my wall ever since. And it's a bit of a coming of age for me. So I love Joy because it is that space for people to just be themselves. It's awesome.
It's so wonderful. I mean, I didn't realise that, Miller. I actually did the Taste of Radio course with Miller as well.
Yeah,
we did it together.
Oh, that's a bit cute.
Which was really lovely. And I mean, yeah, go ahead, Miller.
I was going to say, I loved the Taste of Radio course. And, like, I just want to do it again if I'm honest.
Look, you're more than welcome to. We're not going to stop you.
Well, if you jump onto our Joy social media, there's been a post today where you can sign up to become a member. It's not just sign up to become a member. You can sign up to do the Taste of Radio course and help be out loud and proud with all of us. I really thank you for sharing that story with us, Miller, because I didn't realise that was what you were going through at the time. And we forget that for so many different people in our communities, we're here out loud and proud having a great time here at the station. But the difference all those little details make and the difference the community that we have both on air and behind the scenes is huge.
Yeah, just to have that, like, I always looked forward to coming in and doing the course and, like, knowing everyone at the station, and everyone just knew me as Miller, and that was, like I cannot explain to you. It was the start for me of coming out, and it was like the knowledge that I'd be safe in that place too, so... Yeah, I owe a lot to Joy. I really love Joy.
Now, you started doing a show here at the station that was playing live music on air. It's very much inspired me to bring live music to Drive and do that regularly, and it was absolutely amazing. What was it like for you creating a show with live music?
Oh my God, I loved it, and I'm sad that I'm not doing it at the moment. Sort of these last, I'd say 18 months, I've been a bit distant from Joy just because life and jobs and all that sort of thing. But back in my prime, it was a live music show, and I loved it because I got to meet so many different musicians from all sort of levels in their careers. You know, we had emerging talent. We had once a person who'd never done a show before but wanted to, was identifying and wanted to share their music. I was like, let's do it. And then other times I got to, interview the likes of Julian Baker from America and all sorts of people, and just have them sit across from me in the Joy studio and play their music live and talk about what it means to them. So as a musician, I loved it. As a radio person, it was just so cool.
As a non-binary artist, how important is it to have spaces like Joy that understand where you're coming from, who you are, and create a platform for you as a musician and as an artist to share not just your story, but actually your art form, so that it's more about the music you make than just the identity that you have?
Yeah, you're hitting me with a good question today, James. You've come prepared. Look, as a musician, it is hard enough to get your music on the radio and to get people to back you. But Joy gives me, as a non-binary person, that comfort of, like, you get where I'm coming from, you get how I identify, you understand the diverse community, but you're here just to share music and to elevate people, and that's what Joy does. So for me, it gives me that confidence that I've got someone backing me, I've got someone that's always going to be there to just sort of put my music on air and throw their support behind me. So, recently I released an EP, and Joy was the first station to play it. Yay. And all that stuff. I just love it.
Yeah. Well, we're actually we're not going to play a song from the EP today because you've done a special live lounge cover in your living room for us to play here on the show, which is pretty exciting. But I believe, Rach, you have a little announcement to make.
We have a big announcement to make. Miller, I'm so glad that you get to join us for this announcement. We have outdone our 50 by 4 people.
Oh!
That is right. We have our number 1 who doesn't want to be read on air, so that's okay. We also have the amazing Tom, who's doing it for Misha's Bus, our Tom no relation, and we just got through Jackie from Fairfield. You guys have taken us over the line. Dean is going to get his butthole waxed. I'm going to get a henna tattoo. Misha's going to plaster her boobs, and Luke is going to get a piercing in an undisclosed location. So we were going to do it today, but because we want to hear your song so desperately...
Wait, are we doing it today?
No.
Sorry,
no.
I'm panicking.
I'm talking to Miller.
Yeah, sorry.
Stop interrupting. I said...
Do you guys need a mediation?
No, we so desperately want to hear this amazing recording that you've done for us today. So we're going to hold out all the festivities for next week. So please feel free to come and join us again next week, Miller.
Oh, yes. And Miller, thank you for joining us today and for sharing your story and for being a part of the Joy family. I love doing the training with you. I love your music. And a big shout out, because this is not your last time on Joy this week. In fact, you're going to be on Miss Chatelaine with the lovely Katie.
Of course. I love Miss Chatelaine on Sunday. She is my number one supporter, besides you, of course.
Look, I can't beat Katie,
so
I know.
I'm so excited because I'm actually coming into the studio on Sunday, which is like leaving my house is such an exciting thrill at the moment.
It's a great way to do it, but it is going to be odd because you will be in different studios. Like we're actually, Rach and I are in different studios. We're together on air, but still apart. But being able to see people and see the joy of everyone here at Joy, it's been a really wonderful thing for me. And it's going to be wonderful for you. I can't wait to hear it this Sunday on Miss Chatelaine.
I just hope I don't have to get anything waxed or tattooed.
No, that's just
you have to commit to that if that's what's going to happen.
All right.
Thanks for joining us today on the show, Miller. Why don't we dive into Miller's live lounge in their living room? Oh, here we go. Let's do it. That was Miller here on Mad Wednesday with a special live lounge in their living room. And thank you so much. That was a beautiful... Oh, my God, I'm actually...
Are they tears in your eyes, my darling?
Yeah, they are. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. What a voice.
What a voice. You're on Mad Wednesdays on Joy 94.9. It's our Radiothon special with Rach and Dean.
COVID-19 is not a sexually transmitted infection, but it can definitely be transmitted through almost all sexual contact. For the first time ever, Thorn Harbour Health are telling us not to have casual sex because the risk of picking up this infection is so significant. Come on, I'm sure we can all find innovative ways to keep our sexy friends sexy while keeping our physical distance. Get off online, explore sex toys, or you know what, connect on camera. This won't be forever, but it will save lives now. Protect yourself, protect each other. thornharbour.org/COVID-19 for more info. Joy sponsor.
Joy Radiothon 2020.
Uga Chaga is a proud Joy organisational member. What makes a Singapore LGBTI organisation want to be a part of Australia's LGBTI radio station?
Personally, as a queer person and professionally as a social worker, I do believe in what Joy is doing. You are building and redefining community in the plural and providing a vital, essential service. So of course, it helps that you occasionally remind me to renew our membership because
we all need reminders.
Pink Independent Voices on air. Support Joy Radiothon 2020. We are you. Head to joy.org.au for more details.
Tonight on the Informer Daily, Victoria's current COVID-19 response means that casual sex is off the table for most people, but with a possible loosening of restrictions in the next couple of weeks, it may be time to get prepared if that's your thing. We find out what you should be doing, what you could be doing, and when to start taking PrEP again if you stop. And we've got a great update from the Checkpoint team on gaming and isolation. I know I've been hitting the video games pretty hard lately, and I'm sure many of you are as well, so stay tuned. That's the Informer Daily tonight, 6 p.m. on Joy 94.9 and wherever you get your podcasts.
It's 4 minutes to 6. You're on Mad Wednesdays with Rach and Dean. Hey, Dean, I just wanted to give another shout out to the amazing Miller. That song was incredible. Gabe wants to know, how do I find Miller online?
Well, that's really easy, Gabe. You can actually head to the Mad Wednesday social media pages. That's Mad Wednesdays on both, my Twitter, which is Dean Arcuri, or Mad Wednesday on Facebook. But actually, you could just look up Listen to Miller, all one word, on Facebook or on Twitter, and you'll be able to find Miller. I'm just going to check because I believe Miller is spelt with an is it an AR or an ER? I'm going through. There's been so many posts today. Everyone's so excited for Radiothon. I'm just going to head to the Mad Wednesday Facebook page. But Rach, why I'm finding that out, why don't you just let me know?
Shout outs to our last 5 people. Trev from Reservoir. We have Tom from Glen Iris, our lovely Tom, no relation, doing it for Misha's bust. Jackie from Fairfield and Alan from Brunswick West. You guys are legends. Oh, and another one just came through. This is from Victor from Altona. Remembering Vic Shields when you were getting your butt shaved. See you at the Laird.
Oh, I absolutely.
From the Triple X podcast.
I absolutely will. We're going to do it live. It's going to be a part of next week's show. I just want to do another shout out to Miller. That was an amazing rendition. You can hear them this Sunday on Miss Chatelaine with the lovely Katie on Joy, or just look them up on social media. Look up Listen to Miller on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, and that's MILLER.
Rach, oh my gosh, what a show. So, next week, I'm coming in again then. You're not getting rid of me.
Yeah, I'm going to have you, because I don't know. I'm not going to be able to reach my button. I'm going to need some help.
Well, look, we just got another membership. People can't get enough of
fantastic.
your butthole.
That's fantastic.
Thanks, Angela from Elwood. So I'm going to bring in the hot wax next week. I'm going to bring in the henna for my face. We're going to do it all. We're going to wax your butt and your top lip.
No. Well, I might do the top lip beforehand.
Oh, I might do that.
Only because I have a drag gig between now and next week's show.
So it has to go before then, yes.
In the lead up, only because I have a drag gig, Frog has to make an appearance. So I'm going to get the top lip will happen beforehand, and we'll use that at promotion for next week.
But don't worry, Jeff, you will get video footage of it happening.
You absolutely will. And of course, thank you to Luke and Michelle for also, and not only adding their voices here with us on Mad Wednesdays as a part of the station, but adding their bodies on the line as well.
It's just such a great feeling to know that we are giving literally all of ourselves to this radio station.
And so is everyone else. So don't stop giving during this radiothon. Keep becoming a member. And don't forget, what's happening Friday morning, Rach?
Dollar for dollar for 2 hours.
A double
between
dollar for dollar hour.
7 to 9 a.m. Friday morning. Send your donations in and our Joy patrons will double them.
That's the best time for you to donate. You know, even if you just give $5 because that's all you've got, it doubles to 10. This has been Mad Wednesdays with Rach and Dean. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait for you to wax my hole next week, Rach.
Yay!
Give the joy may grow.
The Informer Daily is recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. At Joy 94.9, we'd like to pay our ongoing respects to elders past, present, and emerging. The Informer is funded in part by the Community Broadcasting Foundation, cbf.com.au, and of course, the members and donors of Joy 94.9.
This is the Informer Daily for Wednesday, the 29th of April, 2020. I'm your host, Arian Potts. Today, physical distancing measures have meant that casual sex isn't an option for most people. But with regulations opening up soon, that might be an option again. We speak to a doctor about how to cope in the meantime and when you should restart prep if you've taken a little bit of a holiday. If you're like me, you've been hitting the video games pretty hard. We've got some of the Checkpoint team with us to talk about how games are being developed in isolation. But first, this update.
Your Joy COVID-19 update for Wednesday, 29th of April. Total number of COVID-19 cases in Victoria is 1,354. This is an overnight increase of 3. The death toll has increased by 1. A woman in her 80s died in hospital last night. This now totals 18 deaths due to COVID-19 in Victoria. Health Minister Greg Hunt has hailed an important milestone in the national battle against coronavirus with just 1 new case of community transmission in the past 24 hours. Australia is continuing to demand an inquiry into the origins of coronavirus. This could significantly escalate diplomatic tensions with China. Chinese officials have flagged a boycott of Australian products including agriculture, education and tourism in response to the probe. Chinese state media has launched a series of scathing attacks, with one likening Australia to chewing gum stuck to the bottom of China's shoe. The federal government is offering private schools an early payment of the annual funding of $3.3 billion. This is if they bring students back into classrooms by June. Meanwhile, Victoria's Premier Dan Andrews is standing firm against federal pressure to have school children ready to return to face-to-face learning within a month. Australian women and children trapped in northeast Syria will not be evacuated from camps. This is despite the first recorded coronavirus death in the region. Save the Children has renewed calls for the Australian government to repatriate 47 children and 19 women. The organisation says an outbreak would be almost impossible to contain. Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton reiterated the government's opposition to evacuations. Pennsylvanians in the US have rallied behind a trans doctor leading the fight against coronavirus. This is in the face of blatant transphobic bullying. The general public have united in support of transgender Dr. Rachel Levine. She is the Secretary of Health who's leading Pennsylvania state through the coronavirus crisis. And it was announced today that the annual Royal Melbourne Show has been cancelled for this year. Coronavirus restrictions just make it too hard to plan. Support your independent news voice. Support Joy Radiothon. I'm Gary Wilson, Joy News.
Message 1. We are you. Joy is made up of the diverse voices of our LGBTIQA+ rainbow. From our on-air presenters to our support teams, our producers, our newsreaders, podcasters, and everyone in between. We represent you because we are you. By supporting Joy, this radiothon, you are enabling us to honour stories by you, advocate for you, and celebrate with you.
Joy is made up of the voices we represent, the voices of our diverse community. Your voice. Support Joy this radiothon by donating, subscribing or joining. Head to joy.org.au for more details.
This is the Informer Daily on Joy 94.9 and across Australia on the Community Radio Network. For some in the LGBTIQA+ community, especially gay men, casual sex can be a really important activity. Our physical distancing measures mean that isn't really possible. The struggle is real, some of my friends tell me. I spoke with Dr. Vincent Cornelis from the COVID-19 Response Committee at the Australasian Society for HIV, Viral Hepatitis and Sexual Health Medicine, and also the New South Wales Health Kirkton Road Centre. Physical distancing regulations are starting to sort of open up in New South Wales and then presumably the other states. What does that mean for people who want to have sexual contact?
Yeah, you're right. We are very fortunate in Australia that relatively our coronavirus numbers have been lower than other parts of the world. And as a result, we're starting to see easing of social distancing restrictions. What this currently means is, well, it's particularly in New South Wales, but hopefully soon in other parts of Australia as well, that the restrictions are easing. Currently, it does still mean that it's considered not safe for people to have casual sex, even though the restrictions are easing. And in New South Wales, they're now talking about letting two people visit someone's house, as in two non-residents visit a house. It is still strongly recommended that people then, when they're in that